Sorry about that, y'all. Some technical difficulties, but we're going to be going live in less than 5 minutes. Make sure you comment in the comment section, section and let me know that you're here so I can shout you out. All right, guys, let's get this party started. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight on a Wednesday night instead of a Thursday, back to our regularly scheduled weeknight. Although I will tell you guys, I have received feedback over the last couple of weeks. You may have gotten an email from me today about moving the lives to Thursday. There were a lot of people who have like church events or Bible study or different things happening on Wednesdays that prevent them from being able to show up live. So if you're one of those people where Thursday is a better day for you, then make sure you drop that in the comments and I'll see it. But I'll also be putting a quick like 5-question survey on my page. If you're on my email list, you'll get an email from me so we can actually see, hey, Bonita. So we can actually see what day is going to work best for everybody. So I'm all about making sure that I can serve you guys well. So welcome back. It's me, y'all. I'm solo. I think I missed my little sidekick, my brother. But I'm excited to be with you because I want to go a little bit deeper this week than we have been in the last couple of weeks. And we've been getting a lot of inspiration, a lot of insight. I shouldn't say deeper because it was been deep the last couple of weeks, but a lot of good stuff the last couple of weeks. And I want to talk about applying what we've been learning and hearing over the last few weeks as we've been in this new year. So first, I want to start shouting out some people who are with me tonight. Hey, Bonita, my girl, y'all. Bonita and I met in college, so she is an amazing woman. So hey, Bonita. Hey, Span. Hey, Missy. I think Taj is on. If you're on and you haven't chimed in, just let me know. And as always, if you are here live, give me a wave. And if you are watching, if you're here live, give me a thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, give me a wave. I think I got that right. Yeah, if you're watching live, thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, give me a wave. And so again, drop your info in the comments. Your name in the comments so I can shout you out. Y'all, I think I'm gonna do a giveaway tonight. I'm gonna do a giveaway. First thing I want to know is if you had a January or February birthday, drop it in the comments below. I want to know if you had a January or February birthday. So yeah, drop that in the comments below. All right, people are joining on. Okay, so here's how this is going to go tonight, guys. I really want to talk to you about a few things. I mentioned last week, I've been talking about Flow 2.0 over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to talk about that a little bit tonight as I train. But I am going to push the opening. I was going to open it tonight on Facebook Live, but I actually have to travel out of town tomorrow to my great aunt's funeral. And so a lot of travel and stuff this week. So I want to make sure I can do due diligence to you guys. And I'm going to open it next week, but I'm going to be talking about it a little bit tonight and over the next week. So if you're interested, make sure you go to monicaspate.com, get on the wait list, because those who are on that list will have some special bonuses and some good stuff. So, oh, thanks, Missy. You like the red? I was debating. She's talking about the hair color, y'all. I was debating whether or not this color was too bright, but you know what? It's here now, so we just gonna roll with it. So thank you. All right, here we go. So tonight, here's what I want to talk about. I put on the topic on Facebook, and if you're on my email list, I talked about 3 essentials that will help you not just achieve success, but maintain success. Let me first tell you why this training is important and why I am willing to do it, and pretty much pull some things from my other trainings that I do, like paid trainings that I do, to bring to you guys, because I definitely want you to move this year, and really not just this year, in your life. I want you to move throughout life with consistency, with execution, with skill, because that is what takes your life to the next level. It separates. Talent's one thing. Anybody can be talented, but it's not just about talent. All right, you got to be skilled at what you're called to do. And there are some components that everybody needs in order to make sure that they are executing well and executing skilled. And so I talked about this earlier. So last couple of weeks, Pastor Mike was talking to us a lot about catching your breath and about receiving the inspiration that you need to even be inspired to get the vision that God has for you, so that you can actually, move forward in your life, move forward in your flow in a way that you're not having these interrupted frequencies and these, what I call these stuck moments where you're moving really fast and then you stop, and this inconsistency. And we've talked about this before. So I'm going to hop right in. The first thing I want to talk to you about is training. There are three things. I'm going to tell you the three things, and I'm going to talk about the three things, and I'm going to give you some examples, all right? There are three things that I think every person needs in order to move forward in life. They need training, they need coaching, and they need accountability. Training, coaching, and accountability. And I'm going to tell you why and how this applies to where you are, what you're doing. Because as much as we were inspired the last few weeks, we've got, I don't know about you, but definitely got a fresh wind, a fresh perspective. All kind of ideas have been popping off in my mind. But in the last couple of weeks, as I've been really moving forward and really applying some of the things that Mike has shared with us in the last couple of weeks, I've also had an uptick in opposition and warfare in my life. And so the question isn't so much, can you catch your breath? And it's not even so much, have you caught your breath? The question is, can you keep it? Can you keep your breath? Can you maintain the flow? Can you maintain the consistency? Because no matter how much information you get, no matter how good the information it is, and no matter how much chatter we have and how much conversation, that's awesome. But if we are not consistently moving in that direction and we keep having these interrupted frequencies of struggle or not being able to manage the struggle or being stuck, then it's just good information, y'all. And I want to see more than just good information. I want to hear more than just good information. And I want to see more for your life than just good information and excitement, right? And so what I appreciate about Pastor Mike is what he talks, he also lives. But I want you guys to have the tools that you need to move forward. And so I talked about training, coaching, and accountability. And I'm going to kind of talk about this in the context of Flow 2.0, and I'll talk about that as well, because this is what Flow 2.0 does. It's a program that is particularly around training, coaching, and accountability. And the key and the reason I created Flow 2.0 was because I wanted to work with people who wanted to go deeper. What I was finding was I was doing one-on-one coaching with people. Good stuff, right? But it was hard for people to, just if I'm just honest, to pay the hourly fee to be coached because it can get a bit pricey when you're doing one-on-one coaching. It's like a personal trainer. It costs to have one-on-one time. And so I was trying to figure out, God, how can I provide this same level of support to people where I can offer great value, but at a rate where people can be more consistent with it, and they don't have to try to figure out every month if they're going to pay for coaching. Now, here's the deal: there are people that I work with that very much I have to do one-on-one with, or I'm consulting with. But what I realized about Flow 2.0 was creating a membership community and creating a group of people who are all moving in the same direction. And me being able to coach and train in that space, hold you accountable in that space, has so much value. And so when I decided to launch this in October, I launched it completely fearful, completely scared. Y'all, you understand? But I moved anyway. All right. It's about executing, but executing with the right stuff. I moved anyway. Right. And so as it was kind of getting slow moving, and that was all well and good, it gave me a chance to take a smaller number of people, work through it, see where I wanted to kind of change some things and continue to add more value, which is where I am now. And so instead of waiting till I had everything like perfect, I decided I want to reopen this because the training we just finished, Mindset Makeover, I actually re-recorded part of it because I want to actually offer even more value, because even as I do these trainings and all this good stuff, I'm learning so much more. And so what I love about Flow 2.0 is you can get a training out, when I learn more information, I'm just going to add to that and you have access to it as long as you want to have access to it. Okay. And so that's kind of the big part, the big gist of Flow 2.0. But I want to talk about those three components and how it applies to your life. And let me tell you something. Whether it's Flow 2.0 or another program, it doesn't matter. Whoever's called to me and I'm called to, I trust God that that's who I'm going to be working with. I'm okay with that. I just want you to make sure you're getting wherever you can get the skills, the accountability, and the level of insight and wisdom that you need to move your life. Because that is what's going to take you. I'm telling you, it separates, the good from the great. Okay, because we all have raw talent. We all have a measure of faith. But when you start developing that and getting trained in that and getting skilled in that, that's when your life goes to the next level. All right, so I want to talk about training a little bit. We don't know what we don't know. That's just simple as that. We don't know what we don't know. And one thing I've learned, and especially with people that I've coached, is they have a lot of heart, a lot of passion, a lot of insight, but they don't have always the right information to take them to the next level. And so I have people on this live right now that I've talked to and connected with. Hey, Sherry, thanks for joining. people I've talked to and I've connected with that I mean are amazing business people, have ministries that God has called them to birth, doing great things in their community or in their family, but they don't have the right information, right? And God has skilled people. He's gifted people with just information and intelligence and wisdom. And I'm grateful because he gifted me that way, where he's given me a lot of information, a lot of insight. I'm just like, if I could go to school, y'all, for like a job, that'd probably be my full-time job as a full-time student. I'd love to learn, right? I love to learn. I love to apply it and I love to teach it, right? This is probably why I do these lives every week, because I want you to get this information. But you have to be able to stop yourself long enough, to sit still long enough to get trained. All right, so Pastor Mike talked about a lot of stuff last week. For instance, he was talking about it's no good getting to the end of the journey exhausted, or getting to the end of your journey and then you're exhausted, right? You labor hard, and now you get to the end and you're exhausted. So the question isn't, do I need to catch my breath? It's how do I catch my breath? What do I need to know? What information do I need to catch my breath? How does that happen in my life, in my particular season? If you don't have that information, if you're not constantly learning new ways of applying the knowledge that you have, it's going to be good information. And so training is valuable and it's important. You need to know what you don't know. All right. And so that's one of the reasons I show up every week, is I'm trying to help you understand and learn things that I've learned in my journey as a businesswoman, in ministry, in the nonprofit sector, the for-profit sector. It's interesting, I call it a patchwork career. And what it really is God just gave me a lot of experience in a lot of different places so that I could then pour back into people and help them get to their next level. All right. And so if you're not being trained, or at least have some type of training program in the area that you are growing and you're wanting to develop, you are missing out. So let me give you an example. If you are someone who wants to my daughter's a good example. She's starting like this cosmetic line. She's starting with lip gloss and lashes. Really nice stuff, right? Well, and I've been telling her it's not just enough to have a website and have the information. Tell me why your product is better than somebody else's. In other words, she's got to learn how to brand herself. She's got to learn how to write in a way that's going to compel her audience to say, hey, here's why you want to buy from me and not someone else. Little things like that. So you got to take trainings and classes around that stuff. And here's the great thing, guys. A lot of this information you can find online for free. Now, when you start paying for training and coaching, here's a little tip I'll tell you. If you're not sure about me or Flow 2.0, just access all my free stuff. If you can access free resources, here's a little tip, y'all. If you can access free resources and your life can grow with the free resources, then you know it's worth the investment for something paid. That's the deal. And that's how I've grown, is I've accessed resources, right, that were free or low cost to see if that was going to work for me. And then I began to pay for the coaches and trainers that I needed, because I had so much value and so many results with the free resources. I knew if I went deeper, I would get what I need. So you've got to invest in training to take your life to the next level. It's not just about, I'm going to say this over and over again, we've got to move from hearing and being excited and being passionate to moving and executing in what we need to do. And so one of the things I'm going to be doing around with this Facebook Live is bringing people in who are experts in these areas, so you can have access to people who are already doing some of this stuff. So I'm almost like curating for you. So you tell me what you're looking for, what you need. And if I have access to those people, I'm definitely going to connect you with people who I think could help you in particular areas. All right. And so that's your training piece. You definitely need to learn and to grow. Now, let me talk about my specific training and the way that I work and what Flow 2.0 does in training. One of the things that I do, my training is specifically around how do you integrate biblical principles and strategies to take your life to the next level. I am not just interested in books and trainings from anybody and everybody, although I listen to a lot. My Audible is full. My bookshelf over here is full. I listen to a lot of stuff. But what I do is I help people align their lives with biblical strategies and principles. And I'm going to tell you why. I've learned this. If you use strategies that are time tested and that have been in existence for years, right? You will always be successful using those strategies. One thing about the Bible, whether you're Christian or not, principles in the Bible, strategies in the Bible always work. They are best practices. when you get into best practices and kind of in certain industries, they'll tell you, do this now and then 20 years later, it might change. One thing about using biblical strategies and principles, never changes. Never changes. And I'm telling you what I know. I have built my life on these biblical strategies and principles, and I've seen success in ways that I would never have been able to explain it. I've also seen really struggling times, really, really hard times. And with the insight that I had in the Bible, it helped me maintain my flow even when my life was really tough. That's what I'm teaching and training, not just, I'm teaching you to master your mind using those principles. All right. And so that's some of the training that I do, but I'm training on a lot of different things. Like we just talked about, I get, again, mindset makeover. We're going to be talking about fear. We're going to talk about how to manage your energy so that you can actually get the stuff done that you need, how to build skill in certain areas, how do you unpack biblical principles and strategies for yourself. I'm going to be teaching you all these methods that I use over the years of how do you unpack biblical strategies and how do you learn how to integrate your faith with your life in a way where you don't feel like it's compartmentalized. Right? You shouldn't live, if you are a person of faith, you should not be living a compartmentalized life. How do you integrate it? Business strategies, relationship strategies, work strategies, strategies and spiritual investment. It all makes a difference. And so my training is heavily around how to use those strategies to move forward. All right. So tell me, comment below and let me know if you're a person who is already on the track of always, you got trainings and you're doing your trainings and you're constantly growing yourself in the areas that you want to grow. Comment below and let me know. The second thing that I want to talk about, which I'm really excited about, is coaching. Y'all listen, here's what I realized. A lot of people, one, don't understand coaching. Everybody's a life coach. Everybody's some type of coach. But everybody is not always skilled in helping you get to the next level. Let me tell you what coaching is not. Coaching is not telling you what to do. Coaching is not telling you what to do, right? There's a place for being able to give you insight and being able to fill in the blanks if you don't know something and providing information. But the primary reason that that people really benefit from coaching is it because it provides clarity in places that you don't have and that you're not sometimes able to get just by yourself. Sometimes talking this out and having someone ask you the right questions helps provide the clarity that you need to move forward. All right. So everything you need is already in you. Everything that you need to be successful in every area of life is already in you. What a coach does, what I do as a certified coach, is come alongside you and I help you to intrinsically see what it is that you actually want. Not what you should want, not what other people say you want, not what somebody else is thinking that is good for you, or you thinking, well, I should do it because somebody else wants it for me. What a coach really does is help you unpack and unlock clarity in a way that you can move forward. Listen, clarity does come from action, but clarity also comes from just talking and being coached. And sometimes you can't even take your first step because there's no clarity. And if you don't have clarity, I'm telling you, it is a key to keep you inconsistent. A lack of clarity will keep you inconsistent. You should always be growing and developing in your clarity as you're moving along in your purpose. And so what a person who's coaching you does, they know how to ask the right questions and challenge you. Listen, I realize this. Every person that I coach and I work with is not ready to go to that next level. That is okay. That's why the Flow Tribe is free. You can take your time with it. But once you move to the next level, whether it's Flow 2.0 or some other program that you have connected with, it is because you're saying, I'm ready to be accountable, to be coached, and to be challenged to move my life exponentially. So this isn't just about just taking little baby steps here and there. Certainly there are baby steps in certain areas of our life. But when you're saying, I'm going to sign up for coaching, I'm going to invest my time and my energy in coaching, you can expect to be challenged, but you can expect to be changed, and you can expect to have an impact, not in just your life, but in the lives of other people. Promise you. Is anybody on here now? I think Span is on here that's been coached by me or been coached before that can attest to the value of having a coach. If so, I want you to comment below and just chat it out and say, yes, I've had a coach, hands down, one of the best things I've done, if you've had that experience. And so I'm going to read a couple of comments before I move on. Vanita says, Melissa says, how to maintain Vanita says, yes, how do I catch my breath? I love that. Definitely need help in branding myself is what Kim says. Execution is key. Y'all, I'm telling you, one of the things that I know and that I've seen a lot is a lot of people got a lot of good information. They talk a really good game, but they have no results. Just sounds good, just looks good, but there's no results. Results is, I mean, without results, there's just talk. And we've got to move beyond that. And that is my goal with with the Flow Tribe, with Flow 2.0, and anything that I do is helping you not just talk, not just get good information, but moving in it so you can see results and you can keep those results. Michelle says she's been journaling. She's been on this journey of growth, basic steps of journaling, note cards to study scriptures, quiet time, etc., consistency. And that's really good. And it is a journey of growth. I do want to say that this is very much a journey. And so that's what I want you to understand. No matter what you're going to be involved in, training and coaching is essential. Those are essential to growing in life. And here's the thing. Let me say something about coaching. You've also got to be coachable. You've got to be coachable. This is hard, y'all. This is hard stuff. It's one thing to say I want to sign up to work with a coach and I'm gonna do this with a coach, but then you don't follow through with what needs to be done. You're not ready, as my girl Tasha says, to do your work. Y'all, this is work. Catching your breath is not just a matter of, it's not a saying, it's not a cute little hashtag. It's work. Even though we are not working to earn God's favor or working hard so that we can amass all this stuff, it does take work. And it takes getting up. It takes discipline. It takes, having to choose whether or not you're going to eat healthy or not so that you can maintain the energy you need to get the job done. That's just what it is. It means that you're going to have to say no to things. And your flesh is going to scream bloody murder when you say no to yourself and are restricted in areas that you don't want to be restricted in. That's how this thing works. That's how success works. And everybody doesn't want to be successful. That's just truth, y'all. As much as we say it, you know whether or not you're ready to be successful is if you're ready to do what it takes to be coachable, and the third thing, accountable. Because once you get clarity about what you need to do in life, what you gonna do? It's a scripture that reminds me in the New Testament when Jesus went to the man by the pool. He was by this pool for 38 long years, 38 years, waiting for someone to push him into the water so that he could be made whole. He could get healing. 38 years. My girlfriend Tasha always says, for 38 years, he could have just inched little by little and ended up in the pool if he really wanted it. Now, I don't know this man's dilemma. I don't know what his situation was, but here's what I do know. When Christ approached this man, here's what he said to him. Will you be made whole? What he didn't say to him is, well, how are you feeling today? Here, I have some ideas that you might want to think about, but I mean, healing's here for you if you want it. But if you don't, he just asked him the question, will you be made whole? In other words, what are you wanting? Honestly, what are you wanting? And then he said to him, will you be made whole? Take up your bed and walk. If my memory serves me correct, I don't even think the man responded. He just took up his bed and he walked. Because Christ knew how to get to the intrinsic part of this man to ask the question that needed to be asked. The question wasn't, can somebody take me to the pool? The question wasn't, oh my God, this person got in the pool before me. Why didn't you help me out? The question wasn't any of that. The question is, what do you want? Not what did everybody else do to you to keep you from getting what you want? Not why didn't you get it? The question is, what are you wanting right now for your life? Right? And then when you get that clarity, the next question is, are you ready to be accountable to see the results? This is hard, y'all. This is the hard part. This is the hard part. I love what Sherry says. There has to be an investment to get to the next level of growth. There absolutely does. Absolutely does. Absolutely. And guess what, y'all? Even what we consider free isn't even free. There's always an investment. This Facebook Live it's free in the sense you're not paying a dollar value, but you are giving your time. You're giving your time. You're investing in yourself just by being on here, right? So I'm investing in you by showing up. So there's always an investment at work. But here's what I want you to understand. When you decide, I'm going to get the information I need, I'm going to follow through with that information, I'm going to be willing to work through that information, things that I kind of can't work through on my own, things that I need to understand a little bit more, get clarity around some areas, I'm willing to be coached around that. And I'm also willing to be accountable. I'm also willing to be accountable. What does that mean? And I may have mentioned this last week, but accountability is two words. It's account and ability. Account and ability. An account, it's like an accounting term. What we're doing when someone is holding you accountable or you're surrendering to accountability, because you got to submit to accountability. People can't hold you accountable if you don't want to be held accountable. That's just real talk. People cannot hold you accountable if you're not willing to be held accountable. And so here's what accountability is. Someone is accounting, they're keeping record of the ability that you actually have to do what you say you're going to do. Let me give you an example. If over the last couple of weeks or since you've been watching my lives, you've committed to some kind of action, whether it's I'm going to study, meet with God more, I want to grow in my faith, whether it's I'm going to go ahead and launch my business and move my ministry, whatever that is, if you decided you're going to do any kind of action as a result of watching these lives and accessing the trainings, right? You said I'm going to do something. The question I have for you is, are you still doing it? And the second question is, who is accounting for the ability that you have to do it? Because if God gave it to you, you have the ability. Everything you need is there. Now, who is going to help you account for that? In other words, who's going to say to you, listen, I know you can do this because I've seen this work from you before. Or hey, it sounds like you're making excuses here as to why you can't do this. But what I remember is this. Right? And so if you don't have someone that can challenge you to help you account for the ability that you have to get the job done, to execute well, then it's pointless. You're going to do good at getting the information and maybe even being coached, and you're going to have a trickle of results, but sustaining and being consistent, you won't see without accountability. I can guarantee you that. Because even if you're not accountable to people, you got to be accountable to God. You have to be accountable to God. Let me tell you something. If you are a believer, if you're someone who believes in Christ, right? Excuse me, my water's dripping, y'all. If you're somebody who believes in Christ, then our belief is that, one day we're going to be in eternity with Christ, right? And so we believe in the second coming of Jesus. We believe that he'll come back and he'll take those with him who love him, and those who don't love him will not, be with him, right? But here's what's interesting. Those who are believers, God is not judging our sin. He's not judging our sin. Because we gave our life to him, he already died for the sin. We have to repent and we have to make sure that we stay in proper fellowship, but our position is always righteous. Our position is always holy, right? You know what our judgment's going to be? It's going to be an evaluative judgment. In other words, and the Bible says this, he will judge our works. He's not looking at my sin. See, we're so busy trying to be perfect and the enemy plays us in condemning ourselves, right? That we're so busy trying to do everything right that we're afraid to launch. Like the man with, remember the story of the talents? There were 3 men who had talents. God gave each one of them a different amount, and the one guy hid his because he was afraid of the master. And then the master came and said, you know what? No good for this. I'm putting you out, putting you away. You got to go basically, because you didn't take what I gave you and maximize on it. You didn't invest what I gave you, right? And so if you're afraid of launching because you might make a mistake, you're afraid of launching because you're fearful what people are going to say about you. Guess what? People didn't give you that gifting. They didn't give you that assignment. God did, and you're accountable to him, whether or not you choose to be accountable to people. Now, there's all kind of biblical precedents, if you will, about being accountable one to another, which is why Flow 2.0, one of the biggest parts of the community that I upgraded was the accountability part. So I had a group on Facebook, and I moved it off of Facebook into its own, onto a platform where we have everything else, because I wanted people to be focused when they go there to get the accountability they need, not to be distracted by all this stuff that's going on Facebook. But there's a group of people that you can start connecting with to hold you accountable. You can track your goals. You can ask questions. You can reach out to me to get what you need to move in your everyday life while you get to access training that will help you master your mind, right? And so you need to be accountable. Nobody likes to be accountable. I mean, it's not easy. I shouldn't say nobody likes it, but it's not an easy thing. When someone is challenging you and saying to you, yeah, but you said that last week. But you gave me that excuse last week. Yeah, but you said you were going to do it this week and you still haven't done it. What's the deal? What's really going on? Nobody wants to hear that because you feel like someone is judging you. No, they're helping you account for your ability. And so learn to appreciate the accountability, because without it, you live, I'm just be honest with you, y'all, because y'all know I keep it real with you. When you don't have the accountability you need in your life, you miss the alignment that you need, but you're going to miss out on execution that you need, because there are some things you're just too afraid to do without people helping you move you. I'm going to give you an example. As I've been working on upgrading and launching Flow 2.0, I've been terrified about reopening this membership community with all the things that I'm working on. I've just been terrified. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just wait until next week. I won't do a Facebook Live tonight. I'll do one next week. That'll give me more time to do this and all of this stuff. And I stopped myself and I asked myself, what's really going on, Monica? Well, because I can always do upgrades. I can always be moving. And so I talked to someone who helps hold me accountable. And when I talked to her last week about this, she was reminding me about, it's your fear. So today when I was working on some things, my husband came up. I said, hey, I want to talk to you about something. I'm thinking about moving this. I'm thinking about moving that. He's like, hey, when did you say you were going to do it? I was like, ooh. In other words, get it done. What is it about? What is it that you're floundering on? And when I really stepped back, it was just fear. Fear of what if it doesn't go well? What if no one signs up? What if everything that you can think of? Real talk, y'all. Guess what? That's the name of the game. That's why I have people in my life that I can say, can you hold me accountable? I call my girlfriend Keisha, I talk to. Hey, can you pray for me? I talk to my girl Tosh. Can you pray for me today? Here's what I'm going to be doing. Because I need the accountability. And so do you. So do you. Whether you have a person or a community, you're going to need it. And especially if you're doing big things, you definitely got to have it. Trust me when I tell you. And so if you have somebody that holds you accountable, comment below and let me know. Yes, I got an accountability partner. No, I desperately need one. That's what I'm missing in my life. Let me know in the comments below. I love what Sierra says. Maximize what God has given you. Let me tell y'all something. Oh, God. It isn't even just about achieving results and maintaining your result. It's about also building and scaling those results. I want more than just to open a membership site and then maintain the members that I had. I want to keep growing it. Why? Because the more that I grow, the more impact I can have in the earth. And the more impact I have in the earth, the more impact that you can have in the earth. Because every person that I'm connecting with is having an impact in the God-breathed, God-designed space He's given them. And so I want you to understand, right, that getting training and coaching and accountability isn't something, there's 3 essential things you need in your life. And honestly, if you want to live a big life, it's non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. I'm telling you. And next week, what I think I'll do, and maybe even this week, I'll do a couple of interviews with people in Flow 2.0 that can share the benefit of having a group that you can get training and accountability and coaching from, and how that benefits them in their life. Like I can tell you myself, just leading the group helps me be accountable. It's pushed me in ways that I never would have been pushed. I've done things in my business I never would have done had it not been being accountable to the people that I serve. Right? And so, you've got to maximize what God has given you. That's what flowing is. Flowing isn't just about moving. It's about maximizing. Looks like Makisha's like, hey, I need one. At Azane, I hope I'm saying your name right. She said, I need one. Sherry, I do. I need one. Damara, I do. I get it. Just do it. I love what Shemaine says. Just do it. And listen to me. This is why you got people in your life to help you just do it. Because when my husband talked to me tonight, it gave me that extra thing that I needed to move. He was encouraging me. He was strengthening me. He was helping me move in my God-designed purpose. And that's what you need in your life. And let me tell you this. I love what Sherry says, that accountability is the key to impact with excellence. I'm so glad she used that word. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Listen, y'all, let me talk about that just for a second, because that's what training and coaching and accountability does. It helps you move in a level of excellence that you can't see on your own. Listen, You can only see from your lens. It's just your lens. You can't see what other people see on the outside. It is imperative that you have people around you who can help you see more clear. Now, here's the deal. If you're insecure and fearful, and you're fearful of what people say about you or how they view you, you're going to have a hard time being accountable. That's an area where you've got to grow. It is hard to hear people look at my work and rip it apart, not negatively, but say, hey, here's some gaps and holes you need to fill. When I thought I did an amazing job. But if it wasn't for those people challenging me, I would not be able to execute in excellence. And excellence is the name of the game, y'all. Excellence attracts. Excellence attracts. The reason I take the time that I do with serving, and it's not that I'm always perfect and everything is always looking the way that I want it. I'm growing in those areas. But the more I learn, the more I grow, the more excellent I become. Excellence is as much a state of being, a state of mind, as it is progression of action. Your mindset has to be a mindset of excellence. And a mindset of excellence makes you, I'm telling you, it pushes you towards training, coaching, and being accountable. If you want to be excellent, you'll have those three things in your life. And my guess is if you're operating in excellence, you already have those three things in your life. It's just about taking it to the next level. So excellence is as much a state of mind, a state of being, how you choose to be, as well as progression of action. Acting excellence, doing things in excellence. All right. And so it's just not about things looking good, because you can make stuff look good all day on the outside, all day long on the outside. But if the way that you carry yourself, the way that you do what you do in private is not of excellence, it's going to show sooner or later. And that's what Flow 2.0 is about. It ain't about just getting results. It's about becoming the woman God's called you to be, becoming the man that God's called you to be. So when you move in dimensions of flow, that people can see an authentic, transparent person who can get results and flow while they're flawed. That's what we're teaching. That's what we're learning how to do. Monica says, I struggle with self-worth, but I discovered that it had lots to deal with people I had allowed into my life. Once I let go of them, I regained that inner peace and my self-worth. I'm glad you stated that, Span. This is also what's really important. Everybody can't hold you accountable. Let me just say that. Everybody should not be an accountability partner or be holding you accountable. A person who can hold, now you have peer accountability, where you have people who are right on your level who are helping you hold you accountable where you are. But if you're talking about scaling your life and scaling your business or scaling results, you want someone who's at least been a few steps ahead of you. So there's different levels of accountability, and people who can't see the value that you're bringing to the space are not the people to hold you accountable. They might encourage you, but they're not the ones, because they're going to question. I had people in my life before question when I decided to move into entrepreneurship, and I felt God moved me strongly into this. I went kind of not quite kicking and screaming, but I really questioned it. But here's what I realized. I had people in my life who were questioning kind of, should you not? And I'm like, well, yeah, once I made a decision and I got clarity, what I needed at that point was someone to come alongside me and support. But if you have people who are fearful of your taking the next step, people in your life who are fearful of you taking big moves, then they're probably not the person that can hold you accountable. Love them, continue to connect with them, but you may have to reposition them in this season of your life so that their fear doesn't overtake you and cause you to be even more fearful, because you're going to move with fear, y'all. You're not going to move. It's going to be fear in your life. You don't have to have a spirit of fear to be afraid. That fear happens every day with me. But I know what to do with it. I know how to take the fear and teach it to obey the truth of God's word and move anyway. So I need people in my life who say to me, okay, I get it. Okay, you're afraid of that. Now what? Now you still got to move. Got it? You definitely want that. You definitely want those kind of people in your life. And I'll tell you something, Flow 2.0 or not, if you're paying for a program, right? If you're going to pay, whether it's me to be a part of Flow 2.0 or pay to be another part of a coaching accountability group or anywhere, you want to know the person that you are working with has some results in their life. You just do. You want to know that. If I'm talking to you about biblical strategies and principles and how to integrate them in your life to see results in your life that you can maintain and continue to scale and grow, you want to know that I have those results in my life. You want to see that. And hopefully through the trainings and people that I've brought on and being part of the Flow Tribe, and even when I go out to speak and things that that you're seeing some of that. But you got questions, feel free to ask me. Email me, inbox me. Because I do believe if you're going to invest your money, you want to make sure the people that you're investing in can help you get there. Don't waste your money, y'all. Make sure you're going to be getting there. All right. And if I'm not the person and you're saying, hey, I want to flow in this particular area, I can't help you, with how to put on makeup. That ain't my thing, y'all. But I'm sure there's somebody who can help you in that area. That ain't my thing. But what I can help you in is grow and maximize your relationships, maximize your faith, and integrate it in your life in a way that will take your life to the next level. I can help you think about strategy for your business and what the things that you need to think about to grow. I can help you when it comes to your personal development and your spiritual development. I know those things. I've lived those things, and I'm living those things. You got it? So whoever you're going to invest in, make sure they understand. Make sure you understand make sure you see the results in their life before you start investing your moolah. Got it? Sherry says encouragement and accountability are different things. Absolutely. You got to check your circle. Oh, that's a whole nother training, girl. Is knowing who's in your circle and the levels of circles. We talked about that before. Who are the destiny connectors in this season of your life? And let me say this. Those destiny connectors will change from time to time. They will change. There are certain people who could help me in certain seasons in different ways. I still love them. We're still in a good relationship. But the people who have certain access to me in certain seasons changes. All right. And so this is one of the reasons why I love having group accountability and coaching, is because there are people as I grow this membership that you're going to be able to connect to within the membership that can help you move in the desired areas that you want to grow. And that's why I like the group coaching model as well. And then when you need the one-on-one strategy, to really look at your specific business or your specific goals, that's different. But you can get so much from a group accountability setting because you can learn from so many people. I'm telling y'all, I love it. I love the idea of growing with people and having people hold me accountable who are going in the same direction that I'm going. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? All right, I'm going to do a quick giveaway. I have designed, so Unapologetically Free to Flow Tea is going to be a giveaway in another week. But today I'm giving away my journal that I designed. I don't know if you can see this. So this is a Free to Flow journal. And it is basically free to be me and all of these characteristics that you are free to be. And so it's a line notebook that you can use for your note. If you're a part of Flow 2.0, it can be your Flow 2.0 notebook. It has a calendar inside so you can keep track of 2020. You can even do your tracking of your goals, marking off your goals and tracking. But this is going to be a giveaway tonight. And with this, I'm also going to give away the Flow Tribe bracelets that we now have. Unapologetically, hope you can see that. Flow Tribe bracelets. Can we see that? There we go. And unapologetically free to flow. There we go. And so tell me, whoever put in the comments below, I'm going to see who responds. Tell me one thing that you're taking away from this live tonight that you want to implement in your life, whether it's to get more training, more coaching, or accountability. Tell me something you're actually going to do this week to move forward with flowing in your life. I see writing goals. I think my live might be a couple seconds behind, so I'm gonna wait a little bit. Sierra asks, are they available for purchase? You know what? They absolutely, they can be available for purchase. So what I'll do is, if you're interested in purchasing one, I will actually put these on my website, and you can get access to it that way. How about that? They're just $10, so I'm giving one away for free tonight. But they're just $10, and so if you want this and you're interested, let me know. Thanks, Sierra, for asking that. Accountability, need training, more accountability, writing goals. Makisha says she's going to find an accountability person. Span says she's going to have accountability for her 2020 goals. All right, so I need, I can't pick y'all. I want to pick everybody. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Makisha's name. I think I saw first. Makisha Payton, more writing goals. Sherry, were you commenting for her, or was that a comment for you? Let me know because that's how I'm going to decide. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And if you're interested in a free to flow t-shirt, also just comment below and let me know. I'm going to be giving those away too and on some of my lives. But also, if you're part of the Flow 2.0 membership community, I'm going to be doing all kind of swag giveaways throughout the time of the time that you're a part of the membership. So you'll get a chance to win more fun stuff. So I think I'm going to give this to, let's see. Oh, Makisha. That was for her. Okay. Makisha Payton. Sis, you are the winner of the Free to Flow journal. And so if you could inbox me, or I think my daughter's on. Sierra, can you put my email address, monica@spatestrategies.com? Or Makisha, you can inbox me either way, but send me your address and information, and I will put this in the mail to you. So congrats, everybody, congrats to Makisha for winning the journal tonight. If you like this journal, give me a thumbs up or a heart in the comments. I'm curious what you guys think about these. Anywho, so you need that t-shirt span? I got you, sis. Oh, interesting. So you give her journals. Well, she just won another one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close with this. I'm going to close with giving you, since you're on the live, you get this stuff now. So here's what I'm going to do. If you are on this live, and make sure you comment below. If I don't see your name, just comment and say I'm here or give me a wave. Because if you're on this live, I'm going to go back and see all the names on this live. What I want you to do, if you have not done so, is I want you to go to monicaspate.com. And if you're interested in Flow 2.0, get on the Flow 2.0 waitlist if you're not already on there. Those on that list, I'm going to be giving special bonuses to. But what I'm going to be doing, I am opening up Flow 2.0 next week. All right. It will be probably next Thursday. I'm thinking about moving the lives to Thursday because I had a lot of feedback about doing them on Thursdays. So it'll be Wednesday or Thursday. I'll decide which day we're going to be moving to before the week is over. But what I'm going to do, all right, is I'm going to be sending emails out this week and doing a couple of videos to share more with you about Flow 2.0. But let me tell you what it is. And I'd share a little bit about it. What Flow 2.0 is a training, coaching, and accountability community to help you get results. All right. And so what you're going to see is every month we have a live training. I come on live to do a training with you, or we'll do a live Q&A. So you can ask whatever questions you want. I do live coaching. If you are up to it and you don't mind being coached with a group of people, I'll do live coaching right on the spot. All right. With some of my members, they win free one-on-one coaching. All right. And so I have what I call founding members. The people that I have in the group right now are what I call founding members. They've helped me get this community going. They were the ones who took, the chance and say, hey, I'm joining. I don't know what this is about, but I'm going to be a part. So they've helped me kind of grow this community and make it better and better for the people that are already in it. So these founding members are already there. And those who are coming into this next wave are the next level of founding members because this community's only been open for a couple of months. And so, but what we'll do is we live train every month. I do a live training every month. And then I provide you with coaching and accountability in our own accountability group. We have our own community. You have your own platform where you can actually download an app on your phone and you can access the trainings from your phone. It's not on Facebook. You actually have a portal where you can see all the trainings, watch them as much as you want. And you can ask questions. We have a thread for accountability. I even have a thread for prayer. If you need prayer around something, just drop it in that thread, and then I know how to pray for our group. There's a thread that talks about the topic of the month, and we're focusing on that. I'm actually getting ready to launch a mindset makeover challenge. So if you want to be in this mindset makeover challenge, definitely become a part of Flow 2.0 when it reopens next week. We're getting ready to launch a mindset makeover challenge, and we're going to really be dealing with destroying and conquering negative thought processes that have kept us from moving in our flow. And so that's a little bit about Flow 2.0, but I'm going to be giving you emails over this next week to really break down what it's about and why I think you could benefit from it. What you're going to find even more interesting is that the cost for Flow 2.0 is the lowest it's ever going to be. It is such a phenomenal value. I mean, it's crazy. And so I've done that because my community is new and I'm still building it. And so as I build it, but it's going to get better and better. But this is the lowest it's ever going to be, ever going to be. And so this is the time to get in. If you feel called, this is your time to get in, get in. No pressure. I'm not going to do the whole fear of missing out and all that. You know whether or not you feel like this is your time. If it's your time, you're going to commit to it and you're going to invest in it. If it's not, you won't, right? I know the value that I can provide and what I can bring to you. I know what God has called me to do. And I know if you're called to me and I'm called to you for Flow 2.0 in this season, we're going to get rocking and rolling and it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited. The other thing in Flow 2.0 is I also bring guests. I will be also bringing guests in there to help us grow and guests that you may not have necessarily on the Facebook Live show that may go deeper with you than you might actually see when we do Facebook Live. So I'm really excited about that. And Pastor Mike is coming to Flow 2.0 to be one of those people that's going to help us go deeper. So I'm really excited about that. And so can somebody just put monicaspate.com in? Actually, I can do it. You can go here and go ahead and sign up on the wait list. And I'm going to make sure that I get all the information out to you in the next couple of weeks. And those who are on the wait list will probably know when it's going to be open before anybody else. The Flow Tribe, which is my email list, and the wait list will get access to Flow 2.0 probably a day or so before anybody else, just to make sure that I get them in with a special offer. And I'll tell you, I'm going to do like a 2-day flash sale. And so be ready next week to be a part of it, and you'll get all the information. Any questions? I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful. Any questions? All right, Neat. I love this. Boy, I love y'all. I love Flow 2.0 Team Flow. Absolutely, sis. Absolutely, sis. All right. People have put their name on the wait list. Michelle's here. All right. All right, guys. So here's what I'm going to do. If you're interested in a t-shirt, just inbox me or drop the comments, drop it in the comment below. And if you're interested in a Flow journal, then let me know that as well. And if you also want a Flow 2.0 bracelet, just let me know that as well. And I can make sure that you, if you can see it, you get one. Just to remind you to unapologetically live in your flow. All right, guys, thank you so much for showing up and joining me this week. And I pray that this was helpful to you. I'm going to continue to be doing that. If you are not on my email list, go to monicaspate.com, join the Flow Tribe as well. And the Flow Tribe and the wait list are two different lists. The wait list is just about Flow 2.0 and getting that information. The Flow Tribe, you get everything, all kind of information and all kind of good stuff. But listen, I want you to join because I'm sending out a survey to ask a couple of questions that I think could be helpful to me in serving you. And I want as much feedback as possible. So one of the things, if you could do is join the Flow Tribe so that I can actually send you the survey and get your feedback so I can provide you massive value in 2020. I promise you, this year will never be the same for you. I promise you that. I know it. Hey, Keish. Y'all, this is Keisha, who I was talking about, who I called earlier about praying for me. Y'all got to get somebody like this in your life. You got to have somebody who can pray for you, who can hold you down. Somebody like Tasha in your life who can challenge you. And every time you give an excuse, they be like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm just saying. And that's what Flow 2.0 is going to do for you. It's going to make sure you get the accountability you need to move, master your mind and move in your flow. All right, guys. Good night. Good night. And I will see you again next week, Wednesday or Thursday, once I decide what day we're going to move to. And you'll hear from me throughout the week learning more about Flow 2.0. I love you guys and take care. Don't forget to say good night to everyone.